Guys, welcome back to the channel. San Diego Comic Con was full of magical rings, dragons and superheroes, yet one of the best TV shows ever in my opinion, Avatar The Last Airbender, announced its first of 3 feature-length movies, with the first one in 2024, which will be focused all about Aang and his friends. Team Avatar is back, and there has been a report it will be about them as young adults in their prime. So I am hyped for this. This is exactly what I wanted, and I expected it. If I was in charge of Avatar Studios, this is the movie I would make. It's a safe bet for the first outing, with familiar characters and a familiar setting. And it's what many fans have wanted to see. They love Korra, they love all the new stuff, Kyoshi, but it's all about Team Avatar, Avatar Aang. There's been so much talk about a Season 4 set after the 100-Year War, all about Zuko's mum, the founding of the Republic City, and many more stories told in the comics. Like, Zuko's mom makes the most sense, as that is the biggest question left after the finale. But like I said, this is all covered in the comics. But I know not everyone has read that. So it would kind of make sense to adapt the comics, but there has been a report saying the movies will be original stories, and they won't be adapting the comics. But the comics are still canon, but because the gang are young adults, it has to be set after the comics. So that's great, they don't have to worry about treading on the toes of the comics. And that allows the characters and the story time to breathe, and not be restricted by what's already been established. Because that can get messy when you break canon. And there's so many other infamous adaptations that are never as good as the book or comic they're adapting. A lot of the Star Wars novels and comics are so much better than the stuff on Disney+. They can mention the events in the Avatar comics and try to keep everything in line, but I'm pleased they're trying to avoid retelling them and are focusing on original stories. But as for the original story, I have no idea what it's going to be about. We know it's about Aang, and supposedly it's him as a young man, maybe more into the founding of Republic City. The first movie was rumoured to be about Avatar Kyoshi, 2 avatars before Aang. It was meant to be a Kyoshi movie, then a Zuko movie, and finally a Korra movie. And Avatar Korra's voice actor, Janet Varney, was holding a copy of Avatar The Rise of Kyoshi when she made this announcement about Avatar Aang. So that is very suspicious to me. I think Kyoshi will happen at some point, and we have to see Korra again. But like I said, Avatar Aang, Team Avatar is the way to go for the first time around. But maybe Zuko is the central character, or the plot revolves around him, with his friendship with Avatar Aang being tested, the search for his mother, and learning to become a better Fire Lord, coming up many times. And Zuko is one of the most popular characters in this series. I still think he has the best redemption arc of all time. And Dante Basco needs to come back to voice him again. And if his sister Azula shows up, we need Grey Delisle as well. But there's no guarantee Azula will show up, but if it's a story about Zuko, they'd be fools not to bring her back. But I imagine most of Team Avatar will be there, and I think most of us will be happy with this. There's plenty of time for other characters to shine. But like I said, for the first one, you want to play it safe, to establish the brand new Avatar studios and their movies, which supposedly are going to go all over the timeline. I imagine we'll see Avatar Kyoshi, other avatars as well, maybe even the Earth Avatar after Korra, and who knows what else. The Avatar doesn't have to be the main character all the time. And I think that is one of my biggest concerns because as a young man, Aang is incredibly overpowered. It's hard to find a test for him, but I'm sure the writers will know what they're doing. And if you haven't checked out Avatar The Last Airbender or The Legend of Korra, I highly recommend you do it because these two are 2 of my favourite shows of all time. I love the world, the story, the characters, and it's not just one of the best kid shows or anime-like shows, it's just a great show in general. And Netflix America got the streaming rights a couple years ago, and the viewers went through the roof. So many new fans found the series, and that's amazing. And Netflix will be adapting The Last Airbender for live action, which has nothing to do with Avatar Studios. The creators were involved, but they pulled out. And of course, we are anxious to see how it plays out, because live action adaptations of something like this is risky, especially with what they've done in the past. There is an unspeakable movie based in the Avatar universe. But Netflix's show looks promising, and I think that's likely going to drop next year. But animation is king when it comes to the Avatar universe. It's the best medium for it. And the 3 movies are only the beginning for Avatar Studios, as they're working on several other projects, including a brand new TV show. And I think this is all going to air on Paramount+. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of rumours and reports coming very soon. Many surprises to come, and I'll be here for it all, so make sure you subscribe. and also leave your thoughts on the first movie being focused around Avatar Aang and Team Avatar. What do you want the plot of the movie to be about? And after that, what do you want to see? What's next? So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos and I'll see you soon.